World War II was a devastating conflict, causing widespread death and destruction. If this catastrophic event had never occurred, it would have profoundly shaped history in numerous ways. The global economic landscape. The absence of World War II would have likely resulted in a vastly different global economic landscape. The war spurred unprecedented levels of government spending and industrial production, pulling the world out of the Great Depression. Without the war, many of the technological advancements and industrial innovations that emerged as a result of the conflict would have been delayed or never realized. For example, the development of radar, jet engines, and nuclear technology was accelerated by the urgent demands of wartime. Additionally, the war spurred the establishment of the Bretton Woods system, which in turn led to the creation of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Without the pressures of war, the global economic recovery and restructuring would have followed a markedly different trajectory. Furthermore, the war also brought about significant social changes, including increased employment opportunities for women as they took on roles traditionally held by men in the workforce. This period laid the groundwork for the long-term social and economic advancements for women in many societies. The rise and fall of colonial empires. The absence of World War II would have significantly altered the dismantling of colonial empires. The war not only weakened the European colonial powers, but also fueled anti-colonial movements in their colonies. Without the war, it is conceivable that the process of decolonization would have transpired at a slower pace or unfolded differently altogether. Furthermore, the war directly contributed to the decline of Britain and France as global superpowers, hastening the end of their imperial dominions. The absence of this decline could have prolonged colonial rule and shifted the dynamics of global power in favor of the colonial empires. The war facilitated the emergence of nationalistic movements in various colonies, inspired by the successful resistance against European powers in Asia and Africa. The post-war period also saw international pressure for decolonization, as the United Nations Charter emphasized the right to self-determination for all peoples. The absence of World War II would have likely stifled the impetus for decolonization, altering the timing and nature of the eventual independence movements in many colonial territories. The formation of the United Nations. The formation of the United Nations in 1945 stands as a direct consequence of World War II and its atrocities. The horrors of the Holocaust and the unprecedented scale of destruction prompted international leaders to establish a forum for dialogue and conflict resolution. Without the war, the impetus for creating such an organization may not have materialized. The absence of the United Nations would have left a void in global governance and diplomacy, potentially leading to a more fragmented and less cooperative international order. The structure of the United Nations, with its General Assembly, Security Council, and specialized agencies like the World Health Organization and UNESCO, aimed to prevent future conflicts and promote international cooperation. It also served as a platform for countries to voice their concerns and work towards common goals such as peace, security, and human rights. Furthermore, the United Nations has played a crucial role in providing humanitarian aid, facilitating peacekeeping missions, and promoting sustainable development worldwide. Its absence would have profoundly impacted the international community's ability to address global challenges and work towards a more peaceful and equitable world. Technological and scientific progress. The war served as a catalyst for scientific and technological advancements, propelling innovations in fields such as medicine, aviation, and communications. Without the war, the pace of these advancements may have been slower or taken different paths. For instance, the rapid progress in aviation technology during the war laid the groundwork for the post-war civil aviation industry. The need for faster and more efficient aircraft led to the development of jet engines and pressurized cabins, which not only transformed military aviation, but also revolutionized commercial air travel after the war. Additionally, The war accelerated the mass production and deployment of penicillin and other antibiotics, marking a turning point in the treatment of infectious diseases. The urgency of war prioritized the large-scale production of these life-saving drugs, leading to significant advancements in medical science. This shift towards antimicrobial therapy not only saved countless lives during the war, but also laid the foundation for the antibiotic era in modern medicine. Without the pressing demands of wartime, the timelines and priorities for these breakthroughs would likely have been different, potentially delaying their widespread impact on post-war society. Conclusion. In conclusion, the hypothetical scenario of World War II never occurring would have led to a vastly altered course of history. The global economic landscape, the rise and fall of colonial empires, the formation of the United Nations, and technological and scientific progress are just a few examples of the profound impact of this hypothetical scenario. The absence of World War II would have also significantly influenced the geopolitical dynamics and power structures of the world. Without the war, the balance of power would have likely remained in the favor of the European colonial empires for a more extended period, affecting the sovereignty and independence movements of many countries. Additionally, in the absence of the war, the international order would have been vastly different, potentially leading to a less cooperative and more fragmented global governance system. The absence of the war may have also resulted in a slower pace or different paths for scientific and technological advancements, potentially delaying the widespread impact of breakthroughs such as jet engines, antibiotics, and aviation technology. Understanding the potential ramifications of World War II not taking place highlights the intricate interconnectedness of historical events and their enduring influence on the world.